Well, hello, you better than amazing humans. I hope you guys are all having a better than amazing day. Familia fam, we're going to have a conversation tonight about is it worth it? I was asked yesterday by a good friend, he said, man, you're on day 42, but what changes have you seen yet? Like, what have you actually noticed change in your life? And certain areas, nothing. Now remember, your circumstances in life are from last year, from the way that you operated up to a year ago, maybe even longer. All right? So when you change, you're not going to see change tomorrow in all areas. Some of it's going to take a week, maybe a month, maybe two. However, is it worth it? But I did say this. The most profound change is the idea that I'm never going to be right ever again. To be right means that I'm committed to a belief. Now there's core beliefs. There's an old saying that says, methods change, but principles remain the same. The principle that I should treat people with kindness will always be the same. The method and how you approach individuals will change depending on how they act, how they treat you, what they do, right? But the principle that you should always treat people with respect, grace, and kindness, that's a principle. That'll never change. The method will change from person to person depending on what they do. So I hope that makes sense. Now, if there's one thing that I've noticed, it's when reading and writing, reflecting, working through the past, even for all the way back to when I was a child with paradigms and core beliefs, there's things that I've identified that I was convicted in that I didn't know I was convicted in. So now that I've let go, the question is, what's possible? What can I learn? What changes can I make that is going to take me on a drastically different path in life? That has been the most profound awareness, observation that I've seen. Not to mention taking action on a dream that I've had for 7 years, the boxer briefs. Not to mention writing a book that I've literally had a third of a book written for 6 years. Finished an ebook, 20 pages in on another book. Read 3 books onto the 4th, right? Those things have happened, and very quickly compared to the last few years, because I'm taking action every day. But getting back to it, you see, when I started this, I asked myself one question: is it worth it? The answer was yes. Far too often, when we make decisions in life, we say, how am I going to feel about this? How is this going to work? How can I make this happen? What if it doesn't work out? What if it goes wrong? Starting a business, those are valid questions. But what really matters to you? Does freedom matter to you? Does spending time with your family matter to you? Does controlling your calendar matter to you? And this can work in many different areas. Does having an unlimited potential matter to you? If those matter to you, really, really matter to you, okay? If they mean something to you, that's worth going through sacrifice or worth going through pressure. Is it going to be worth it? Right? Is it going to be worth it to create a business? Yeah, it is. Because you're going to have options in the future that you don't have right now. Is it worth it to go that extra mile at work? Well, yeah, it is. because you're always going to have an aim higher when you're looking for work, right? Is it worth it to do that extra rep in the gym, even when you're exhausted? Yeah, because that extra rep is going to give you that extra compounded growth on your body, right? Is it worth it to just do a little bit more in your relationship? Yeah, absolutely it is. Is it worth it? That's the question that needs to be asked. Whenever there's a hard decision to make, the question is it worth it? Because if you look in the future, just imagine this. Whatever it is that you are thinking of, whatever it is that's holding you back, whatever it is that maybe got you a little confused about your future, just close your eyes for a second. Just imagine it. Just imagine what that's going to feel like if it all worked out. What would that be like if it all worked out? If everything went as good as it could, what would that feel like? Just imagine that for a second. Close your eyes. Imagine. What would it feel like if you could design the future and it all worked out? You could have the perfect business. You could have the perfect job. You could have the perfect family. You could have the perfect relationship, the perfect partner. Everything that you've ever wanted, you could have it. What would that feel like? If you're not smiling right now, then you don't know what you want. But if you know what you want, you're smiling right now. If you can feel that for a second, it feels good, doesn't it? It feels amazing. It feels gravitational, like it's pulling you. Now let me ask you a question. After that feeling, is it worth it? Is a little bit of doubt, a little bit of pain, a little bit of fear, short time, remember, everything, all feelings are a fragment of time. They don't last forever, right? You're only scared until you jump. Once you jump, you're all in, right? Once you go diving off the dock into the cold water, it's over. Is it worth it? Because if it's worth it, fam, then you don't need to worry about all the little slices of feelings, doubts and fears, all the things that may or may not work out or work to the plan. If everything could work out, is it worth it? That's how I make a decision. That's how I've made a decision in business. Is it worth it? If I do this and it works out, is it worth it? Okay, fuck, yeah, it's worth it. Yeah, actually, that would be better than amazing. Okay, I'm all in, let's go. And then all systems go. Now, when you try to do 3 things at once, nothing's worth it. You got to ride one horse to the finish line. But it doesn't matter what it is in life. It's never the outcome that holds us back. It's the limiting beliefs. It's the perceived failures or the things that could go wrong. Why? Well, it's quite simple. Remember this. Your mind was not created to keep you happy, abundant, fulfilled, joyful. It was created to keep you safe. That's it. Now, you have things that have happened in your life that have proved that you need to watch out. But they're not real. Those are perceptions. So no matter what it is that you're trying to do right now in life, sit back, close your eyes, and feel it. You have enough data already to feel what it would be like if you could design the perfect outcome. And if you could have everything you want, and you can see that it's possible, that it is possible, is it worth it? And if it is, then don't hold back. Give it your all. Take your shot. Take your chance. Go all in. Do everything that you can to make it happen. And I promise you, it will be worth it. It'll be the best thing you ever did in your life. And not only that, the confidence, the joy, the fulfillment, the passion that you'll have when you make that decision, it will be worth it. Have a better and amazing night, fam. We'll see you on the next one.